Black pussy. Bro, for real. Okay, let's try this again. I see you, Smith. That's why I like to see no show but a positive, yo. I'm Anonymous being a man, and now for sure, and we about to watch this video by my nigga Skull2002. She's been keeping up with the channel. I really do genuinely appreciate the support, you know, even though we don't know each other. I really fuck with the love. Love you. I don't know if that's weird or not, but girl, you got it, period. If the video looks different, or well, it does look different. I broke my camera. I broke that shit. So I'm gonna be using my iPad to record. I can't see myself, so hopefully I'm in the frame. If I'm not, then I'm gonna make myself in the frame. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to make this shit work out, cause fuck. Just cause I ain't got no fucking camera. Oh, I can't record no video. No, nigga, y'all still getting content. I don't give a fuck if I don't got an active supporter base, whatever. Yeah, that's the plan. Watch the shoot me off. Get into your world. Say I'm the one you want. If you don't, I'll be alone. Like a ghost, I'll be gone. You know, this is actually a serious video. I'm gonna cut the antics. Thumbnail. I don't even know if I'm in the frame, Lord. From 2014 to 2020, I had an addiction that almost ruined my life. I at one point had unrealistic expectations of love and intimacy as a whole. It nearly led me down a dark path to the point of no return. This is my story. Remember to preserve your sexual energy. This can affect anybody. Stay safe and secure. Yes, this is why I stopped hooking up with people, because it sucked every time. Even with my ex, we didn't nut off intercourse. It was that side shit that I just learned about that was able to, I don't know, make me finish. I can relate to this though, cause I'm into unrealistic things. But the camera quality ended up being butt cheeks. Girl, this camera, girl, I thought I needed a new camera. So the following will be a voiceover. Hope you don't mind. It's okay, girl. Speak your mind. No, that's right.
Hi, everyone. Today I thought I'd make a more, not necessarily darker video. It's gonna refer to it as corn. If I ramble too long, my message won't necessarily get across. So I do apologize ahead of time for that. Get straight into it like an arrow. We're gonna get down into it like a butt crack. Hey! So my corn addiction has led me to some dark paths, and I started almost living out what I saw in corn. I would get on Kick or Skype and I would find random people, make a fake profile, would engage in sexual talk with them, and I watched more online corn than I care to admit. How many videos I've encountered, watched, even bookmarked. I had a whole kind of notes page just dedicated to my favorite corn videos, and I think it was around maybe 200. Mind you, this was 200 of my favorite videos. I think the most bookmarked videos I had at one point was almost around 800 videos.
How many bookmarks? Look, of course I watch porn, nigga. I'm a freaky fuck. But at least I can say I'm into some shit that's not gonna get me locked up. Can y'all niggas say that? You in the back? I don't think you can. And then this nigga right here in the front, you laughing and shit, but you not mature enough to have this talk. So shut the fuck up talking to me. I'm usually on Twitter. So let's see how many I got bookmarked, because I haven't looked at my bookmarks in a little bit. Let me see. Black pussy play verbal. Yeah, so there's 31. You know what? I don't care. I don't care what anybody on the internet says to me. Say it to my face, bitch. I'll knock your teeth straighter than these braces could have ever fucking did, bitch. And yes, I'm just saying all that because this is a video camera. Am I actually like this in person? Hell no. Fuck. This is the internet. Nothing's real. I'm not real. I'm real. But again, this is the internet, so like, yeah.
900.
Go
I
ahead.
felt
Go
in a
ahead.
way that what was performed
900.
on camera was intimacy. That's not true. Corn is not reality. It is a fantasy, but I associated with what I saw in Corn to what I thought about marriage and relationships as a whole. When I first discovered Corn, like, I would joke and laugh about it. It wasn't, I guess, at the point where I considered that serious. By the time I reached age 12, I wasn't doing good in school. I didn't do my homework.
12?
Wouldn't participate.
Girl, you was late. That is so horrible to say, but I'm sorry. This isn't the Trauma Olympics. Let me, I'm just being playful. I started watching pornography in first grade. Yeah. No, it was second grade because I had just moved into a house where all the other traumatic shit happened. That was in like 2012. I would have been 7 or 8. Yeah.
In class, I got really depressed. The time I was 17, 18, my life from there was just, I felt over. Talk about the first encounter of how I actually saw Corn for the first time. I vividly remember I was 5 years old, 5 or 6. At that age, I didn't necessarily understand what I saw. Just know that it was interesting. It's a very early bloomer. I knew how to use computer by the time I was about 4. And I'm not even trying to be like Albert Einstein here. I actually ended up skipping kindergarten altogether because they were just like, girl, she don't even need it. Necessarily like hacking and all that stuff, but homegirl knew how to get around the internet. This was a big sensation at the time. It was 2 Girls, 1 Cup. I beg of you, do not Google it. I like this meme-ish type deal before a meme was a thing. This is around the time where YouTube was kind of wishy-washy with the kind of videos that they uploaded. So every once in a while you would come across, I don't know, 2 people kissing, or just honestly, just time.
Oh my God.
YouTube wasn't as, I guess, harsh with their content as they are now. You can't even burp without getting demonetized, girl. I did not at the time realize the effect it would have later on in life. I would kind of go out of my way to find videos like that, people kissing.
You know, I can only imagine what my channel is gonna be like when I get monetized, cause my mouth right now is not profitable. Marketable. Actually, as for the YouTube softcore porn, you know what? I'm not monetized. Why am I clutching my pearls? I would look up big titty men, big pecs, big swollen, just big old
people making out or people dry humping, things of that nature. Exposure turned into a habit around the age of 12. I didn't know at the time history was a thing. Like I said, I didn't know how to use a computer that well, so I didn't know that you could go back and look at your history. So one day my mom was doing something before she found this history, and most likely it was me. Hello. This is one thing I'm very grateful that my mom didn't yell at me. She didn't get angry. One day she came home from work. She introduced me this new thing called anime. It wasn't new, but it was new to me. I had no idea what the hell it was. She said a couple friends at work thought I might like it. Venus versus Virus. It's about these girls that fight demons. Completely forgotten about Corn. I wasn't watching it. I wasn't into it anymore. Anime was kind of my Corn at this point. It was something that kept me distracted. Was first exposed to Corn. I wasn't getting off on it. It was more kind of just like me watching iCarly or Hannah Montana. It was more of a show. I knew this was weird. I knew this was wrong. Really appreciative that my mom didn't just call me out right on the spot.
That was the same way for me too.
And she just found sort of a alternative.
My favorite video at the time was this nigga and drinking Coke.
Sometime later, freshman year, I started watching Corn again. Freshman year was not a good time for me. It was so bad to the point where after freshman year, I actually ended up being homeschooled, PSA or whatever. I don't blame my mom. I don't blame my family. I don't blame performers. I don't blame the websites. I blame my brain for having to find some sort of escape, because that's essentially what Corn was to me, was an escape from reality. I watched it in a way that people would watch a movie, kind of analyze and write down my thoughts and kind of do like a critic review. This behavior became a way of coping, even though it came with its challenges. So I mentioned freshman year, I would purposely excuse myself, like to go use the restroom or get a hall pass or go see the principal, whatever, and go into the bathroom and just watch porn. I didn't get off. I didn't masturbate, anything like that. It was just simply just watching it.
Should I admit this on the internet? You know what? She's being brave. I'm gonna be brave too. Am I really about to say this out loud? When I was in first grade, I used to diddle my piddle. Yeah, I'm not comfortable with saying it in class when I was in first grade. And I was caught by a student one time, and he was like, "Bro, why is your dick so shiny?" I'm like, what? So, yeah. I'm not a pretty pansy. Sorry, no.
Sit almost the entire period. This is not healthy. This isn't funny anymore. Felt really gross at this point because I couldn't even look at a couple, young or old, without imagining them engaging in sexual activity. Just really perverted.
You know what? My ex was super perverted. He would say, "Don't you just look at guys and wonder what their buttholes look like?" No, I actually don't. No. I'm not repulsed by buttholes. I love butthole, but I don't want to see everybody's butthole. You get it? Yeah.
I wish people would understand the aspect of how porn makes your everyday thinking kind of altered. I would start getting in trouble at school. I was failing my grades because I wasn't in class. I wasn't participating. Come back from the bathroom, had no idea what was going on. We'd be in the middle of a test and I didn't complete it. I didn't do my homework because as soon as I got home, would go underneath the covers and watch porn. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Where was your mom? Where was your mom?" Oh, this is the point in my life where my mom was around, but she worked a lot and she was always engaged in other things where I wasn't necessarily her first priority. And now that I'm older and our relationship is closer than ever, I think she told me she had a hunch that something was wrong, but she didn't know how to approach it because the first time when it happened, when she first found the history of all the basketball babies and all that stuff, the way to go about it was to find something to distract me from the first time. But when the second time happened and I ended up completely failing freshman class that year, I never had D's and F's in my life. I was an honor roll student up until I was 12.
My first D deficiency notice was in 5th grade. I remember walking into class and the teacher was like, "Students," her name was Mrs. Doyle. She was like, "Students, if you see a pink slip on your desk, that is called a deficiency notice. I've already sent an email out to your parents. It means you have a grade lower than a C." I must have took that slip so fucking fast off my desk and shoved it up my ass. You know how many emails slipped through my mom's fingertips and her attention? Baby, she was not seeing that slip no time soon. I would skip summer school recommendations, all of that. Bitch, I grew up slow. I was in learning center for the kids who had difficulty learning. I don't think I'm dyslexic. I just don't pay attention in class because I was drawing and playing Five Nights at Freddy's. This is why I have a hyperfixation on social media.
It took a toll on my mental health and my physical health. I did not leave the bed. I did not get up. I didn't drink water. I didn't brush my teeth.
Period.
I didn't shower. All I
not period, but I understand exactly where she was coming from because this was me when I was like 60, 70 pounds heavier.
It was junk food. That's how I lived my life for the next, if I was 13 here, I want to say honestly 4 years. Self-image, relationships, awareness, and honesty with myself was gone. Do you remember that episode of SpongeBob where Mr. Krabs has to go to that reunion, but before he goes, like he kind of molds out of his shell, so he's like just this pink blob? That's how I felt. I was determined to just completely stay out of everyone's way because I felt that I wasn't worthy of anything because I was just at this point just a weird, gross person. I would have very vivid thoughts of the most inappropriate, effed up things you could ever imagine. Specific moments led to my demise. It got so bad.
Me too, but it was with... Lord, I'm about to admit something else on the internet. Jesus, he knows what my Instagram is. You know what? He's not in my life anymore. I don't give a fuck. I knew I was fruity for sure when I fell in love with my homeboy who didn't feel the same. I can't believe I'm saying this on the fucking internet and I'm gonna edit this video and put it out and people are gonna use it against me. I don't give a fuck. Fight me, bitch. I say I don't give a fuck a lot, but then I just mentioned scenarios where it would lead to me giving a fuck. I need to get it together before the actual storm comes. But nut. I would fantasize about getting this booty obliterated by this nigga. And it's like, I don't even give up the ass like that no more, baby. Them days is far gone behind me. And it was hot. It was hot. I'm not gonna lie. I remember the images I saw in my head. The day I thought about it, the images are vivid in my head. I can still see them. We was fucking in my mama's car. I would envision myself stealing my mom's car to go fuck this nigga that doesn't have the same feelings as me. You see what this shit does to your brain? It creates unrealistic realities that never had a chance of happening in the first fucking place. Next thing you know, I was awakening. You know what?
I had 2 UTIs in a row because I would not leave my bed to go use the restroom. I didn't use the restroom on myself.
Oh my God.
But I would literally hold my bladder until I physically could not take it anymore. And I don't know about y'all, that's not healthy. I just didn't want to leave my room, essentially. My room was my safe zone. The only time I would leave the room, use the restroom,
safe zone.
if I even did that. I did not eat that often. And if I did eat, it was very unhealthy. DoorDash, Uber Eats, McDonald's, corn dogs, chips, soda. Because I wasn't even into that. I'm not into that kind of stuff. There are some things it's a hard no, and I just will not do. And I was watching the things that I would not do at this time. That's the only thing I felt I had control over. I knew at that point, I said, I can't keep doing this. I have to start line with my true values and goals, because that was something that I did not agree with. But some humans like bad. Some humans like the drama, the pain, and the sorrow that comes with life. And I think
my ex, you sorry, miserable bitch. You know, I don't have hate for people of my past until I do. I definitely have hate for people. I don't hold grudges. Cause the fuck is that gonna do? But I hate that I genuinely don't agree with that. Hate is a strong word. Well, it's a strong feeling too. And I feel it for people. I don't give a fuck. You're not about to tell me just because hate is, what the fuck, hate is a strong word, so I shouldn't feel it because that makes me a certain type of person. Okay, well, I'm that type of person then. I have hate for my ex. Do I give a fuck about him? Life has him by the balls. I don't have to do shit. I can still feel how I feel. And my life is gonna be great, bitch. I am flourishing right now as we speak. And I'm saying bitch in like general, I'm not calling her. But period. I have hate for people. Why did I say what? Oh, because my ex was the way she was describing. I gotta come up with a story time about this nigga because he's waiting for it.
That's what happened to me. I
hope you tune in, bitch.
Watching. So I said, girl, you got to start healing because this is not good for you. This is going to end very badly if you keep doing this. So on my 18th birthday, 2020, I started the recovery process. I started with more small, manageable changes. Like, for example, I would just put my phone up. I would not use my phone. I would limit my online exposure to 4 hours a day. And most of the time I did watch YouTube. There were moments I would, I guess, relapse, be moments I'd stop for a month or two, go back to it. Started seeking healthier.
And you know what? That's just fine. It takes a few times to get back into it, to get out of it.
Outlets, started addressing needs. So I did tell my mom.
Did I word that correct?
The support that I received from my mom was immaculate. I honestly thought she was going to be angry at me, upset. She was just so busy trying to make our lives better that she didn't necessarily have to.
I wish I had this.
She said, well, we're going to get you some therapy. Started feeling less alone. I made this video. One of the reasons is because I didn't see as many female perspectives on the site. Explicit content was not forever. It was not who I was. It was not who I am. Well, here we are, 4 years later.
Period.
I'm 2 years clean.
Hey.
I haven't watched a single corn video in 2 years. Just want someone to understand that self-discipline and boundaries work. Might have not been the best at explaining this because, like I said, this is a very emotional topic for me. It's something that I'm still sort of ashamed about. It is a mistake that
don't be. It's, you know what? A lot of people have this issue or are on the precipice of an addiction. They just don't want to admit it because they're not mature enough to be able to do so. They're still in denial. Just like, you know, she said earlier, she was losing truth with herself. Taking in that kind of content, more so for the people who are slow and believing that it's real. I'm not calling her slow, because sometimes porn is believable if it's shot right. Homemade videos, what? But you know, it can really give you a sense of a world that never existed in the first place. And it only exists because it's a commodity. And people can't see past that because they're the consumer. So they lie to themselves. And that's how I ended up thinking I was straight. But now I'm not even bisexual either. I don't know. I don't know. I just know I like more than men and women now. This is the first time I'm coming out on my channel to say flat out what my sexuality is. I don't think I've said it in any other videos, but since, you know, we're talking about it. What the fuck? Some shit was flying and scared the fuck out of me. But yeah, I'm not sure what my sexuality is now. I just like what I like. I hate that. I like what I like. Boy, you fruity. But no, I tend to find myself attracted, you know, physically, sometimes sexually, to genders that don't conform to men or women. Cis or not. Yeah, and I just found that fascinating to myself because I thought I was so sure about what I was, but I wasn't, you know. So there's that. Did I make my point? Yeah, porno gives you a false sense of reality. Yeah.
Has helped me
but that's
reclaim my life.
Kind of obvious.
And essentially become a new, better person.
Period.
If anything, this video is a call to self-kindness, just to take it day by day, making small changes, because I think people try to start off making bigger ones. This was incredibly rewarding to talk about. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye, girl. Sex is normal. Sex is a normal human activity. I'm such a child. But there is a danger in obsessing over it. Yes, and I don't get it. Maybe because I haven't had any good experiences yet. But all my sexual experiences up until this point have been ass. Nobody knows what they're doing. And I haven't given into anybody who claims to know what they're doing. You know, that sorry ass, oh, you haven't had this yet. I'm that type of nigga. Are you? Because how do you know the people that you're fucking on aren't lying to you? It is so easy to fake being gratified. Nigga, it's so fucking easy. But with that said, I appreciate her for making this video, because I said things in this video that I haven't said to my friend, and I tell her everything. So for me to go from that to just blasting my personal business on the fucking internet, it takes balls. And you, my gal, have some big ass weight. That's disrespectful. You have the titty powers is there, and if you was a Pokemon, titty slam would be your move. I summoned Skull2002, titty slam. You know, so yeah, I commend her for her bravery and health. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that she had a support system. I love how everything worked out for you. Wishing you fat coochie vibes. I gotta stop saying that to people because I said that to Kaya next door and she left me on red. I'm like, yeah, maybe it's time for me to put my phone up. Maybe I gotta learn how to interact with people. Why the fuck am I telling random? And then it's like sometimes I get to talking in my videos and I realize the things I do and it's like, is this the avenue I really want to pursue? Because I'm not like the other girls. I'm not like Diddy and them. Fuck no. But I'm definitely not wrapped too tight. I'm not... Saying I'm not an oddball is something an oddball would say. This video is getting long as shit. Oh my god. How is my video 20 minutes longer than hers? I need to shut the fuck up. Student is, before you go, don't tell people how you move. Show them I fuck with you for fucking with me. Meet back here anywhere else I might be at, and I'll be here ready for your return. Adi. Please tell me I was recording. Yes, I was. Trying will always be good enough because I had enough will to do so.
Since we about to close out, I do an improv. Plus that nigga stoning me cause I'm rock hard. About to get exclusive, do something to get your rocks out. And I'm telling you all of this cause it's what? Improv. Surprise, bitch. At the end of the credits, bitch. More than a name and some ambience, bitch. More than some gimmick and some edits, bitch.